Okay.
There, now it says it's recording.
I got it. Yep. Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's February 4th, Super Bowl Sunday. You guys tore yourself away from the football game. I don't even know what's going on. We lost our cable, so I don't even know what's happening in the game or what. So I'm thankful to see all of you on this call tonight. It's call number 3 for the Premier Challenge, and we're going to talk about Prsenting tonight. So before I get started with that, I'm going to have Noel do a recap from last week's work and also do the drawing too. So why don't you go first?
Okay. Yeah, I just second everything that Lisa said. It's great to have you all on. So looking back at last week, we talked about invite. We talked about building our names list. We talked about just being prepared and ready to share oils, right? And I was rushing around for my power cord and forgot to grab my oils kit that I wanted to make sure everyone saw. So I'll post a picture of that. But we talked about how important sampling is, right? And we talked about being prepared and what do you have when you're inviting people to a class and you're trying to give them an experience. If you don't have the oils with you, then you're missing out on that experience that will encourage them or just open their mind to the opportunity of oils and then get them to a class. So we wanted to do our 30 samples in 30 days challenge. And anybody here have any questions about that? We posted it on the Facebook page, but I just wanted to make sure everyone was clear. If you get 30 samples out in 30 days, we're going to have a drawing for a sample kit. And this is my pretend sample kit. I will post it again. My daughter makes them for me, and it has 49 sample bottles in it. It really is quite a prize, guys. It's a $10 case. It's got 49 sample bottles in. That's like $15 right there. We put all the stickers on. You're going to have to put the oils in. We'll put the what's the thing called that you stick in the top? You know what I mean.
Orifice, but I don't think.
Yes. Funny word. Okay, so you put that in and then you put the lid on. So you guys will have to put your 5 to 10 drops of sample oils in there. And we're going to give that out as a drawing for all the people who are able to hand out the 30 samples in 30 days. And Debbie posted a way to track that. That was a great thing for Debbie to do. But then for all of you who were able to complete your assignments this week, I have all the names in my little dish here. I did want to double check. Is Sherry on? Sherry?
Yep, Sherry Sandland is on.
Trevarthen. Yeah, Sandland.
Yep.
Sherry, yeah, I have you in one time. I'm looking for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't see you, but you can hear me.
Yes.
I have you in for one drawing. Did you do both the 100 names list and the assignments?
No.
Okay, so you did one. Okay.
I did one.
Great. Okay, I just wanted to double check. I didn't want you to miss out on that. So the drawing this week is for 100 names list that you completed that. You got one entry for completing that, and then you got an entry for completing all of the assignments. And I'm telling you, if you get through week 2, you're building your momentum. So I'm so excited for those of you who completed the challenges. If you didn't complete all the challenges, make next week your week, okay? Okay, who completed? Somebody just said they did. Is it Amber?
Oh, last second here. Amber, I completed my assignments. I didn't know we had a comment. I'm sorry.
Okay, Amber, I'm putting you in. What's your last name?
I can't see her last name, but just put in Amber.
Okay, Amber, we got Amber. Okay, so I'm going to put Amber.
I did too, and I didn't see anything. But it's okay. You don't have to add, me. I haven't been on Facebook today.
Okay.
Okay.
That's me.
Next week, make sure
I did all the assignments, but I'm not too worried about you putting my name in. I forgot to comment.
Oh, try and remember to comment. I want to make sure you guys have a chance to it. Okay. So here I go. Kelly Reynolds. Koch? Is that how you say it? Is Kelly on?
I don't see I do see
Kelly's iPad. Is that Kelly?
It's Molly.
I see Molly's iPad and I see Kelly's iPad.
Yes.
All right, Kelly.
All right, Kelly.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, so I will send your contact info. We'll send you the prize, the samples, and I think it was the guides. I can't remember.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Great.
Yes,
Great job, guys. Great job.
Yeah, it was the Healthy Can Be Made Simple.
Healthy Can Be Made Simple guides. Right.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
All right. Anything else, Noelle, before I get going?
I appreciated everybody's mentors who are following along with you guys and supporting you. Mentors, keep it up. It's nice to see your comments and your follow-up with your builders. I think that's great. And you guys keep in touch with your mentors. I think that's a huge key. Did anyone, is anyone having trouble connecting with a mentor? Okay. I'll take that as a no. If you are, I'd be happy to give you guys some suggestions if you get into that bind. So please comment on our Facebook page regarding that. And I think anybody during the week with their invite, did you, while working on your 100 names list, did some people were posting that they were just inspired or they had some mental breakthroughs where they were starting to connect more dots or just get reactivated with some of those builders? Does anyone want to share about that? Okay, well, I appreciate the comments that are coming up on Facebook. When you share something that really was an aha moment for you or just an accomplishment, it's great for us to see that. I think it's inspiring to the other people too. So keep that up. It's a good middle of the road hump kind of a thing to keep us going. I think that's it. Lisa, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, great.
All right. So sorry you cannot see my face, but I'm on Debbie Boyle's Zoom account and somehow it's not allowing me to show it. But I did wash my hair and I even have some like little lip gloss on tonight. But we are talking about presenting tonight. So you want to have your hair done and your lip gloss and looking presentable, right? Not in our hoodies when we're presenting. But you'll have to take my word for it. But I'm super excited. If you don't know me, my name is Lisa Jureco, and I'm a diamond in Michigan. I've been with doTERRA for 4 years, and I hit diamond my second year in doTERRA, and have woven back and forth in between gold, platinum, back to diamond. So it's been a wonderful journey for me. I love presenting. I was super excited to do this because presenting is one of my favorite topics. But it was interesting because I did a little poll because I was curious what was the difficulties of presenting. And it seemed like a lot of you were, I was asking if presenting the actual class, presenting, getting a host, or actually presenting the business opportunity. And the business opportunity was the big thing. So on this, we are gonna talk about presenting the class because it is important. It's part of the cycle of what we do. But I would just like to hear a little bit about presenting. Just a few of you want to just pop on and say just a minute, like what would be your biggest questions about presenting? And you just have to unmute yourself and just share a little bit about that for me before we get going. Just unmute yourself and then you can just share what's the biggest struggle you have about presenting, if it's the class, the opportunity, or what's the block for you?
Hey, this is Jen Winnagel. I would say for me, I'm still perfecting my close.
Okay.
And I'm also working on the length of my presentation. I'm a talker.
Okay.
And so I can present, and I'm a teacher by trade. I'm a school counselor now, but I was a teacher before that. And so even Laura, when she's with me, she's like, I think you're just so used to the elementary mindset that you like repeat everything like 3 times because you're used to like having to do that with children. And so just trust that they're hearing you the first time and that will shorten it. And so I'm working on that.
Great.
And then once I get it shortened, I think the close will come easier. I feel like by the time I get to the close, I'm starting to lose people. They're getting up, they're refilling their drink, they have to use the bathroom, the kids are coming home because I went too long and I didn't stick to my script.
Right. Oh, wow. You just brought up like a whole handful of things to talk about, but what you said was so great. And I can talk a little bit about that right now. Yeah, we want to keep our classes to 30, 45 minutes, right? We know that people lose attention. So I don't know on here if you've kept your classes around that amount. I know I struggle. I try 45 minutes, okay? Because everything else is going whoosh over their head, okay? We could tell them about every single oil. I literally put out the top 10 oils, and that is it. I do not bring out anything else. I have the top 10 oils in front of me, and I do have the beadlets. I have my other oils underneath, but that makes me stick to the top 10, and I don't go digging in my bag for Clary Calm when someone talks about something, okay? So that's really an important way to help you stick to your time. And it is really important if you tell them, and I tell them at the beginning of the class, I'm going to talk about for about 45 minutes. And I'm going to give you the, basic 101 essential oils. I'm going to share with you, a lot about doTERRA, how to use the oils. And at the end, if you're interested, I'm going to share with you how to get the oils. And it's going to take about 45 minutes. And if you say you're going to take 45 minutes and then it's an hour and a half later, yeah, I'd be getting up and going to the bathroom and getting some wine too. Okay. So it is really important in businesses and in meetings. We are running a business. We need to stick to that time. So have a phone by you, have a clock, have a watch so you can keep to that time. Believe me, you'll have plenty of time to talk to them after or whatever. Keep to that 45 minutes. Okay. What does everybody think about that? Like nod your head. Yes, that makes sense to you. Yeah, you can do that. Why it's important. And then by the time you get to the close, then it can be part of it, and they're still listening and they're still engaged because you don't want to lose them, because that's it. That's the important part. And I'll talk a little bit about the close. It's my favorite thing. I'm super matter of fact in my close. I could even, if you want me to do it for you, I can share it with you what I say. Nod your head. Yes, I can do that for you. So I can do what I say, and I can share that too in a few minutes too. I'll put a little star so I do that. And Jen, I love how you had a mentor there to tell you that. Make sure you have someone there, a mentor or even a friend. Like, watch this and give me feedback. You are not going to learn unless you get feedback. So have a friend there, an oil user, whatever. Ask for that feedback. What'd you think? Tell me the truth. How am I going to get better? Because that's the way that we learn. And that's the way I'm a teacher by trade too. And I always have people watching my lessons. Okay, tell me what I can do to get better. That's the only way you're going to get better. I know sometimes it's scary having somebody watch you, but even if you don't have a mentor coming to your classes, ask a friend, ask a family member, ask them to give you some feedback. It's awesome that you've had that too. Great. Okay, so the length we talked about, the close we're going to talk about. What else? What else is hard for you? That's within the class. What else is a struggle for you in presenting?
Hi, my name's Allie.
Hey, Allie. I know you.
I think for me, I am kind of the opposite. Like, I don't talk a lot. I'm quiet by nature. And so I actually have a hard time going for 30 minutes and talking for 30 minutes. And then just like my anxiety just gets me. And so I just wonder if you have any tips for that or I don't know. I do a lot of one-on-ones, but I'm trying to do more classes just because I know that that's out of my comfort zone. And I know that it's good to grow in that way.
Right. Hey, that's a very common truth amongst a lot of people. I think some of us that are teachers or have been in that profession, kind of like talking comes second nature to us, but it's not true for everyone. So one, I will say use your oils, which I know you probably do. Passion and motivate are really good before a class, just to kind of get your emotions and positivity going. But also you can use your serenity and your balance, too, for anxiety. I think, this hasn't been a struggle for me, so I might not be the best to talk about this, but I will say that really isn't our show. It's really about the people in front of us. So the attention doesn't always have to be all on you. It can be getting them to talk. I know if you have that tear sheet in front of you, the way that we've trained is to just read from the tear sheet. And so if you're reading from the tear sheet, I'm not, the natural solutions, I'll pull that up in a minute, and you're passing around the oils and saying, well, so what do you think about that oil? How do you, and getting them talking, I know it puts a lot of pressure off of you. And if 30 minutes is getting the information out, you do want to cover the information on the natural solutions tear sheet and get through that. But if you can get through that and pass some oils around and get to your close, then I think that's fine. You don't have to, it's not like longer is better. Do you feel that you're missing some of the basic information in a class, or are you getting that out?
I feel like I'm getting it out. I feel like sometimes I worry about overwhelming people though, and so I just give them like basic information. I think that can be good and bad. I just maybe have to judge the audience and kind of figure out what they already know. You know what I mean?
Right. And I really think, Allie, just getting them to talk, like what brought you here to this class, and them using the oils as kind of like your support, like passing the oils around and letting them smell them, taking the attention off you, and like saying, what do you think about these? And using the reading from the guide is totally fine. I know a lot of people are really nervous about that, or using the class in the box. A lot of people use the class in the box DVD. Does anybody use that here? Yep, I know some people have used that in the past. That's not my style, but I know a lot of people love that. And so if you especially you'll be working with builders that are nervous and they're scared. And so I think having them use that DVD and playing it and then passing the oils around and then, choosing a few oils to show from the DVD, those are another strategy that you can use to make things go a little bit longer if you want, but just don't think that longer is better, because it's not. I think what you said is assessing your audience and just saying, like, what do they need from you tonight? And they really don't need a lot. They've already coming to you because they're interested in the oils. So it's connecting them more personally, which I know you're good at, and just sharing with them about what doTERRA is and finding out what they need and showing them, how those 10 foundational oils can help them. Does that help a little bit?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, let's have one more share, and then I'm going to get into a few of the tools that you can use. Those were two about classes. What about, so many people posted that they need help on presenting the opportunity. Who posted that was a struggle for them, and to share a little bit about that for me? Anybody?
Hi there. I did post that.
Okay,
that is my weakest part in the whole presentation.
Okay.
Just that, and actually with the closing or the business. Yeah, it's just, I like the fact, I've heard you say this too. I need to remember in the very beginning, when I'm introducing a class or when I'm teaching my builders, to just state those 4 things. This is what we're going to cover, today. These are the things I want to share with you tonight, and sticking to that, and then having that business opportunity in the very beginning of the class. I think that will help me, just have that little teaser out there, But I'm anxious to see, or interested in seeing how you're going to do the natural solutions, because I have had a builder do that, and I'm getting ready to do it myself Wednesday night using the new class in a box, because I've not ever done it that way before.
Okay. Using the handout or the CD?
The handout.
Okay.
I used the old ones, but I didn't use this handout or anything. What she did was great. So I've seen that from one of my builders. I was very nervous about presenting. She did a great job in a class. I wish I videotaped it, but I'd like to hear what you're thinking, your thoughts are on it, and how to do it. Okay.
All right. So thank you everyone for sharing. I just love the interaction with everyone. That's what really, really gets us to learn and know what's going on, with what's going on in your mind. So I am going to talk a little bit about the natural solutions guide. So I'm going to share my screen, but I want you to know that there's so many tools out there, that this is me, and Noelle might have something different, and other leaders might have something different, but like I can basically teach a class with nothing. You know, I say the same things. I can probably say it in my sleep now about what is in a class. Sometimes I don't even have a handout in front of me. And it's basically the same things that I cover every single class. So whether it's the class in the box tool, which I think is great. Has everyone gotten the class in the box? They are wonderful. They are great for new builders. They come with the 10 Wild Orange, the 10 Living magazines. They come with the class in the box handouts, the DVD, all the handouts that you need. Those are great. So if you haven't gotten one, they're $25. You know, you don't get any PV for them, but there's something great that you can get and use. So I've taught from those. But right now, let me share my screen. I'm going to show you. Okay. So the Natural Solutions handout is new. I'm going to try to move this a little smaller. Let's see where that is. Is it this it? No, it's the Premier Guide. Sorry. I had this all up on my other computer. Here it is. Okay. So these you can get now back in your back office. Can everybody see this? Because I can't see you now. Can you see this, Noelle?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So I'm not going to go through this whole class because that would be like our whole call, okay? But I am going to just kind of basically show you how I start my class and then, you know, what I do and I kind of go through it and then how I close, okay? So this is an empowered, this is in our back office now. We can order these. It's basically, you know, very similar to a lot of the handouts you've used for a Natural Solutions class or for basic intro class. And it has like, I don't know, some of you might have been around when we had like the medicine makeover cabinet class that's not compliant anymore, but this is kind of basically what that is. It's showing them like how they can make over their whole medicine cabinet. And then goes through like a lot of the top 10 oils and helping them choose a kit. So if the Natural Solutions, this kit obviously teaches to the Natural Solutions kit, but if not, then they can get to the other kits too. So basically what I say is, you know, I always start my classes out. I give like a little 2 to 3 minutes about why I am with, why I started doTERRA. So I say, my name is Lisa Girecco, and I've been using essential oils for over 10 years, but with doTERRA for 4. And I started using doTERRA just really to start helping out with my family and just taking care of their needs naturally. I said one of my gateway oils was Digestin. My daughter had motion sickness, and we started using Digestin, and there was no throwing up in the car anymore. And that was really the first oil that got me started in learning about essential oils. And then once I got the top 10 foundational oils, our whole family's life was changed, and it's really been amazing journey of how all the oils have been integrated into our life daily. And so I feel that I want to share that with other people. I want you to be empowered to know that there's natural solutions for yourself and for your family. And so tonight my goal is to just share with you a little bit about doTERRA and a little bit about their company and how they're different than other companies out there, a little bit about what essential oils are, and the different ways to use them. And at the end, if you are wanting to start to make the switch into natural solutions, I'll share with you how to get the oils. That's it. So then I go into the tear sheet, which is right here. And I literally read this. I'm not kidding. I read this word for word. And I talk about basically we're all here because we want to work the root, you know, into the root cause. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I do go into this, I do ask everyone, could everyone introduce themselves? And I learned this from Kelly Wilson in a video. Can everyone introduce themselves and share what brought them here tonight? So I know, so they each kind of get a voice in the class. Sorry, that's a really important step that I do. And I say, what brought you here tonight? And then I take note, because as I'm doing my class, I might say, this oil, if someone says they have a headache, peppermint is really good for headaches. And so I will kind of keep that in account. And I think it's good. It gets them kind of why they came to the class. And then, like I said, I really just read this information, whether it's this tear sheet or whether it's the class in the box tear sheet. I just go through and I read the information, and I don't really go off at all. I pass around the oils, the wild orange right away. I read about, I just literally read this. I talk about why doTERRA is different, why I chose doTERRA is for the reason of this. And I do also say that I talk about co-impacting a little bit too. It's not on this natural, it's not on this one, but I think it's on the class in the box tear sheet yes, so it's on the class in the box tear sheet. I do actually kind of like that almost better than the natural solutions one. It talks about co-impact sourcing, so I talk a little bit about that because that's a big difference of doTERRA. And then we talk about the 3 ways to use the oils, and you pass around the oils. And at that point, I basically say, all right, that's basically my 101. It's a little information on doTERRA, what the oils are. And then I might even quiz them. I might say like, all right, so if this is an issue, like how would you use it? Aromatically, topically, internally. And I kind of might do like a little quiz at the very end, to kind of see what they know. From that point, I go into the close. So I know I'm going through this kind of fast, but I basically say, all right, so if you think you're ready to take the next step, I'm gonna go back to you guys so I can see your faces, see if you're staring at me blankly or not. Okay. So after I go through the tear sheet, and I've passed around the oils, I say, all right, that's basically my 101 class to share with you the basic foundational oils. If you get these top 10 oils in your home, your lives will be changed. And if you get these top 10 oils, when something comes up, you're going to have something to help you out. You're going to have the tools. And in the class, I've showed them quickly how to use like modern essentials too. Okay. So they know how to do that. And then I say, so there's a couple different ways that you can get the oils. One is and they have their handout in front of them, and I have them turned to the price page. And I say, one is to get a $35 membership. It's like a Costco membership. Everyone kind of know what Costco is, or Sam's Club, right? You get the $35 membership, and what it does is it gives you wholesale prices for the whole entire year. So 25% off the normal price of oil. So like, let's look at an oil. Let's look at peppermint. What does it retail? What is it wholesale? Yes, you get it at 25% off, okay? Anytime you want to get orders. I always say it's not a company where you have to order oils every single month, but if you do, I'll share with you why that's a great thing. But I say what most people do is they get a kit. And I always say what most people do because it's truth. I'm not just saying that. And then I have them go to the kit forms, and I say, most people get a starter kit because it's the best bang for your dollar. You get the top 10 oils we talked about tonight and many of the kits, and there's some other ones. So I start with the Natural Solutions kit, and I say, okay, the Natural Solutions kit is my ultimate favorite kit. I don't go to the diamond. I know this is bad. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but I don't really go to the diamond kit and the every oil kit. I know a lot of people will start with those, but I always go the Natural Solutions kit first. And I say, if you are ready to just overchange your health and you want to get the supplements and you want to get the shampoo and conditioner and you're ready to really up level your health, this kit is the most amazing kit. It comes with that $35 membership included in it. I say this kit is, and I talk about the price, it's $550, but you save $220 getting the kit. I do like it's hard because I do like the picture in the Natural Solutions handout better than the one in the class in the box handout, but I go over what's in the kit, I read what's in it, and I say with this kit too, if you purchase $100 the following month, you get a free $100 oils. So I say if you are ready to overhaul your health, you want to get the toxins out of your home, you want to get the vitamins, and you want to start to change over some of your beauty care, this is the perfect kit for you. I say some other very popular kits, and I go into the Home Essentials kit. I say the Home Essentials kit is another great kit. It is $275. A $35 fee is also included within this price. And I say you get those 10 foundational oils that we talked about tonight. The bottles are 15 milliliters, and it has 250 drops. And I say our basic starter kit is the Family Essentials kit. It's $150. A $35 fee is included in that price. The bottles are just smaller. You're getting only around 85 drops of oil, and it comes with the beadlets. And I really just talk about, I say there are some other kits on the handouts. You can look at them. I say, if you're interested in the business and you want to get it all at once, I say there is a diamond kit. If there is an every oil kit. If you're ready to go for it all at once, I can talk to you about that. But that's me. I basically go over those 3 kits and I say, great. I said, any questions on that? Either the $35 membership, you pick all the cartridge you want, or what most people do is they get a starter kit. You can look at those and decide what is best for you. And I say, that's basically all I have. So what I'm going to do now is I want you to, go get a drink of water. Usually it's at someone's house. Go get something to eat, and I'll come around and talk to you, and we'll figure out what's best for you. And I will tell you, at my classes, I have about 90% of people enrolling out of my classes. I do. I'm a matter of fact about it. Okay. So that's me with kind of how I intro. The meat of the class is really just reading that information and passing the oils around, whatever kind of tear sheet you use, and the close. So was that helpful? And what questions or thoughts do you have? And also, Noelle, feel free to jump in, because you might do things a little differently or a different take on it too.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the chat box too. A couple people are having mic issues, so I'll keep you updated if somebody has a question here. Okay. The only thing I was going to add to that, okay, let me collect my thoughts. Class and presentation is such a huge thing. I really want to emphasize that having somebody there to watch you it's so helpful for that feedback. But there's also some aspect of closing that's a lot simpler when you have more than one person. So if you have more than 3 people, maybe 4 you could do, it's nice to have somebody else there who can help you enroll people and do that close and follow up. So just throw that out there too. I keep wanting to say Debbie. Lisa, how much time do you leave after a class to do, you're done teaching, but you're going to wrap things up by enrolling people? How long does that take you?
Just depends. If all ladies are drinking wine, it might take an hour or so. But, if it's just a smaller, sometimes it's I'm there, I feel like it's 2.5 hours, and I'm like, what? This was long, but some people you have to go around and you have to really talk to them and figure out what's going to be best for them. Because I really do. I just say, I want you to get what's best for the best thing for you, So I really work with people. $35 membership and some oils sometimes in the case is better for people, So I really go around and I talk to everyone, and I go talk to everybody. I don't let anyone just kind of, if someone is not making eye contact with me, I'm not gonna necessarily go to them. But for the most part, I just say, hey, I'm gonna come around and check with you, and I just say, hey, what do you think? And what did you think? What do you think is looking good for you? What questions do you have? And I'm just honest about. I want them to get the best thing for them. What do you think works best? And sometimes it's just some people say, oh, I just can only get 1 oil right now or 2 oils. I'm like, okay, let's get those retail. We'll figure. I don't talk about retail in my classes unless individually I will talk about that to people. And some people just want the $35 membership. They want to check a few oils out. I'm cool with that too. So I just really try to see what's best for people. I don't know their situations. And so some people, I'm like, oh, they don't want anything. They're like, yeah, I'll take the natural solutions. And I'm like, whoa, that's another thing. You never know what people are going to want. So never assume anything. You can't assume anything. And I will tell you, if you can get the enrollment that night, do it. Okay, we do not want to be chasing people down. Now, we don't want people to be making rash decisions, but if someone says, I need to go home and check with my spouse or whatnot, say, okay, when can I call you? Or can I call you in 2 days? Because we all know what it's like chasing someone. I mean, sometimes it's months later. So if you can get the enrollment there, and if you want to, I sometimes say, hey, if you want to enroll tonight, I'll give you a free roller bottle, or if you enroll tonight, I'll give you a wild orange. All right. We all know that we like free stuff, right? So I'll say tonight, if you enroll, you're getting a free wild orange. You can make a roller ball of your choice. Okay. And so that also can encourage the enrollments to happen that night too.
Yeah, that's great. I really like how you said you use that the rest of the time that you have these people one-on-one. And for those of us who feel like we have a tendency to go too long in our classes, keep that in mind. If I can stick to a 45-minute class, I can go one-on-one with each of these people, and they're not going to be burnt out, and they're not going to be tired. I really struggled with that. I asked too many questions in my class, and don't ever ask questions and pass peppermint around. It's really bad. First time I did that, it was like, bah, 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 and everyone was talking to everybody. I'm like, okay, we're going to pass the lavender around next.
Right.
It was so funny. I wish I had it on video. It was so bad.
That someone like put it in their eye or something, which
no, they just all woke up. It was like all of a sudden everyone like wanted to talk. So I've had trouble. I've really struggled with getting the 45-minute class, but if you can keep it to 45 minutes, then they still have energy and they still are focused, and you can go one-on-one. And I find the depth of that brings them to that, okay, I am ready for the next step. So maybe even that's part of Lisa's success rate, is that she saves that time and the energy that those people have to have that conversation and to get them to that next stage. So keep that in the back of your mind. The other thing that I just loved she said was about don't presume, right? We don't know what homework they've done beforehand. They could just be coming there so that they can sign the dotted line. And I'm not joking. I had a girl come to my class. She sat there for my 45 minutes, an hour. She sat there. She didn't raise her hand. She didn't say anything. She just nodded her head. Yeah. And then at the end, she said, I need 2 diamond kits. And I'm not bragging. I'm not bragging because I'm not an amazing class teacher. You don't come to a class and buy 2 diamond kits if you did not do your homework, right?
Right.
She had been doing her homework. She came in at a different place, right?
Right.
Who here has had somebody come to more than one intro class, right? Not everybody learns at the same rate or their comfort level, or maybe they're square one and they're like, I thought this was like cooking oil. Like, what are you talking about? I mean, I've had a wide range of people coming at this. So don't presume that somebody's knows a lot or that they don't know anything. I love what Lisa's saying, asking those questions, and don't assume. Even reading their body language can be deceiving, right?
Yeah. I mean, I will say too that you should just know like the back of your hand, like how to do an intro class. Okay. And if you don't feel comfortable about doing it, do it with a friend, do it with someone else. And you should know exactly what you're going to say at the beginning of the class. Like I did that whole thing with you guys off the top of my head. Like, what are you going to say in the intro? Same thing. It doesn't have to be different every time. Do the same thing. It's new for them. Okay. You should know exactly what you're going to say in the intro. And of course you kind of gear it to the people, right? And then you should know why doTERRA, how doTERRA is different, what are essential oils, the 3 different ways to use them. You should be able to do that with your eyes closed, okay? You should be able to do that and know what oils you're going to pass around and just have it, because other things are going to trip you up. People might say something, people might ask something. So you just need to have that like so solid and just practice it, do it with somebody, and just have exactly what you want to say. And if it's reading that tear sheet and that's your comfort level, totally fine. Because we want other people to know how easy it is. If I went off and talked about co-impact sourcing and for 45 minutes, and then I went off and talked about the cell and molecular structure of, how the cells plus the blood are arranged and got all into this scientific stuff, people are like, oh my gosh, I can never do that. We want people to see how simple it is, okay? So just read from the sheet and say that basic information. And people really, they want to know, but really it's really about them. They just want to get what's good for them. So if you miss that opportunity to find out what they need, that's why one-on-ones are so successful. Because you're working with one person, you're finding out what they really need, and they always usually enroll, right? And in a whole class, if you spend the whole time just talking and then that's it, you didn't get to talk to everybody in one-on-one, then how are you going to know what they're going to need? So that's why you have to have that one-on-one time afterwards. You have to make time for it, and you have to make it like, I'm going to come around and talk to you and see what's going to be best for you. because really you shared why it's changed your life. You got to find out how it's going to change your life. And we know that doTERRA is going to change their lives. So we have to get around to them, whether they're starting off with one bottle or they're going to get the diamond kit. Okay. So make sure you have that time to talk to them and have a little fun incentive. Like if you roll tonight, you get a wild orange. And I will say that's when I ask them, when I get that one-on-one time, I say, are you interested in sharing? Are you interested in building? And I throw that into my class too at the very end. I say, hey, I love, I love sharing essential oils, and I've helped, I have, 1,700 people on my team. I've got 50 people building the business. And I say, if you are interested in that, please talk to me, because once again, you never know. And then people will come up to you and say, oh, I am interested. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, you never even assumed it. So make sure you say that. Don't go all into that, but just make sure at the very end you say, maybe someone's hosting the class and they're starting to share, such and such is sharing, and she's learning to share the essential oils. And if you'd like to learn more about that, I'd love to have you come on to that, onto my team, and learn about that some more. And so throw that out there. And then when you're checking them out or figuring out what they need, ask them that opportunity. It's actually in the Natural Solutions Guide. It's in the very end of the Natural Solutions Guide where it says, do you want the oils to change your life? So you're setting up that live, the membership overview. So when you can do the membership overview with them, are you interested in sharing with other people? Are you interested in earning some income with doTERRA? So make sure you ask that question. How many of you ask that question to your people? You do it? If you're not doing it, do you think it's going to happen? It's not going to happen. It's hard. But guess what I'm going to make you do this week? I'm going to make you do a texting blitz to ask people to host classes for you and to ask if they want to build or share doTERRA with you. So we're going to do that this week, and you're going to put yourself out there, and you are going to ask people on your team, maybe they're your users that love the oils, if they would host a class for you. Maybe you might ask someone that's been using the oils for, are you interested in learning about the opportunity? Is that making some of you nervous? I hope so. So I want you to go out of your comfort box. I want you to go out of your comfort zone, because if you don't ask these questions, you're never going to know. You're not going to know. So you have to do it. So we're going to put together a little text blitz where you are going to, and I'll put out an example of something that you could ask somebody, but you might have people on your team that would host a class for you, and maybe they want to just host the class and maybe get some freebies or something like that, but maybe they want to learn how to share the oils. Or maybe there's someone on your team or someone in your mind, maybe it's not someone not even using the oils, that you think would be great. You want to build the people you want to build with. Do you have someone in your mind that you know that you would love to do this with, but they're not yet? Could you ask them to meet with you for coffee and to share with you what's going on with you, and to say, I just want to, it's okay if you don't choose, it's okay if this isn't for you, but I just want to share it with you. Okay. So you have to do this. Otherwise you're just gonna be in the same place. You gotta put yourself out there, and you gotta ask for just like you asked for the opportunity of using the oils, you gotta ask for the opportunity for people. And this is me too. Okay. I'm not just saying this to you, but I have some people I probably need to reach out to as well. And that's going to help you move to the next level, because otherwise you're going to stay elite forever. You need builders. You want to get to Premier and Silver, you have got to get builders. You cannot sustain Premier or Silver or Gold or Plat. You can't. You cannot sustain it with just customers. You need to have some people alongside you doing this with you. You really do. And it's more fun that way. And once you have builders on your team, and some of you probably do, it's just so much more fun, and it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to keep your ranks and to build further. It makes it all better. So you have to go out there. Okay, that's a lot of talking. So I know I don't know if you want to go through the build guide, but you all know that's available for you. Have you looked at the build guide in the back office? I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to end with questions here. I just want to share that with you. So the build guide is another new tool. We've had different build guides that we've used before, but let's see if I have that up. I did have it up at some point. This is it right here. So again, there are a ton of videos in our back office now under that empowered success tools that show you how to do the build guide. But again, the build guide is not about you. It is about who you're sitting down next to. It has nothing to do with you. So you need to find out what they want, what their goals are, what their hopes are, what their needs are, okay? Just the same as the oils. And you go through and you can talk about this, and it gives you, like, you know, how much you talk about this. But again, I'm not going to go over this because this is if you're really doing a business overview, it's going to take you at least 30 minutes, but you're talking about the pipelines, you're asking, you know, making sure they understand that concept, a little bit about doTERRA, how to build the business. You just talk about that briefly, really, at this point. But the tools are available. You want to talk about where they're looking for. I know it's sometimes hard to talk about income, but what would change their life. And if you do want that, you can talk about the different ways to get paid. But I really don't get into this on the first business overview, but maybe a little bit later. But you want to talk to them about these things right here. What do you want? You know, working smarter, earning more. You know, do you want to travel more? Do you want to spend more time with your family? Do you want to do more charitable giving? Do you want to, you know, have more time freedom? And then talking about, this is what it takes, right? This is what it takes. And then you need to have them go through these things. I do not meet with people anymore unless they say they're going to host a class. And then I go from there, because I have found that I work with people for a long time and they never even host a class. We don't have time for that, okay? So we have to have people go through these tools, use their oils, get a names list, get a class going, and then we can go through these things, okay? So the build guide is great to go through for someone, but I will tell you, I will not meet with anyone and do business stuff until they are hosting a class.
That's great. Lisa, I love that tip.
Okay. So I didn't want to just go over the Natural Solutions Guide and read it and go over the build guide with you, because you can look at those tools in your back office, and there's videos and there's times and segments and how to do all of those things. And it's really all your own way, but I really wanted to just empower you tonight with the ideas, you know, that have worked for me in closing and opening and really getting to know that individual. And it's about them with the oils. It's about them with the building. And if you don't know your people that you're working with or building with, then you have to get to know them, because it's relational, okay? It takes a little bit of work. But those things are really important for presenting the opportunity and presenting the oils as well. There is the share guide too, and that could be another good guide to go for someone hosting their very first class. So that could be where you go to with the person, like when we do the text bliss and someone says, yeah, I'll host a class, and maybe you share the share guide with them. You know, that's something that you can use too. I didn't go over that tool tonight. But that's another great tool. I'm so excited about all these tools that we have. The tools are just a way for us to, you know, do the presentations we need to do. So we have all the tools available now. You have to get out there and use the right ones in the right situation. And it's a cycle. It's a cycle. And I will tell you, of my builders, they were all users first. Okay. I was a little different, that I just started the business right as I started using the oils, but I had known about essential oils for a while. And I think that's true with some people. They might be in the natural world, know about oils, and they're ready to get going. But I would look at all my builders, and they were all users first. So don't be thinking that you need to look elsewhere. Look at what you have already. Look who's on your team already. Work with what you have already. There's people in there. There's shares in there. And we don't have to make it complex. It's just share the oils, have classes, enroll people, get them on LRPs. Share samples, have classes, enroll people, get them on LRPs. I know it's harder than that, but you know. All right, so from that, we have about 6 or 7 minutes till 9. What questions do you have about presenting?
Hey, Lisa, I have one. It's Becky Durr.
Hey, Becky.
When you finish up your class, they go to get a drink, you come back and you just, okay, one of your things you said was, hey, what are you thinking? What else do you say, like in that time to, like if it kind of stalls?
Right. So basically I asked them, what kit do you think will work best for them? If they're like, oh, I don't know. Okay. So I'll say, so what are some things that are going on? And in a lot of the guides too, and I will do this sometimes too at the beginning of the class, it has like a place for them to write their 3 top health goals. And sometimes at the beginning of the class, I'll have them do that kind of in the intro part, like before I go around and ask you what your health goals are, you can write them down here. So sometimes I will do that, and that's at the top of the Natural Solutions Guide. So I'll say, well, so what's going on with your family? What's going on with you? What are some things you want to work on? Oh, I don't sleep well. I don't, I got headaches. Got a lot of stress. Okay, so let me tell you what oils are good for that and like what kit will work for that. So I'm really matter of fact, and then I just try to sometimes they come up with big issues. I'm like, oh boy, I got to get my Modern Essentials book out or something, and I got to pull my Modern Essentials book out. I got to pull up I might have to text somebody. I don't know this issue. Let me find out what we can do. I'm getting in with them. Like I said, I like to build that relationship, with people. And before the class too, like if it's at a house I don't know, I'm giving them wild orange, trying to kind of warm up to them too. So yeah. And sometimes people need to tell you what they need. You need to tell them what they need because they don't know. So like when they tell you what their issues are, just say, I think this would be the best kit for you. Because based on what I really do, like, it's based on what they're telling me. If they have headaches, like, the kit is the best. And I say, it's just a matter of your budget. If it's this 150 budget, this will be a great starter. If it's the 250 budget, the 275, that you get more oils. And, if you want to go for it all, go for the Natural Solution. So, and then I just kind of let them decide. And I say, just fill out this form and hand it back to me.
And know your kits. It's really good for you to go in. I mean, they've changed a couple times, but know what's in there so that you can do what Lisa's suggesting and match the person up with the right thing. And you're not searching and wasting time on that. That's a good thing to know ahead.
Right. I typically just go for the 3 kits because I just feel like it gets so confusing. So I just do Natural Solutions, Home Essentials, Family Essentials. I don't know if that's the best advice, but I just go for those 3 because I really do feel like it's best for people to get one of those kits and then get on an LRP. I don't know. That's just my
and that's what I was going to second, because what did you start with? That's honestly what I tend to steer people to. Is I started back when I started, it was called the Dr. Mom Kit.
Yeah.
And I started with that.
I started with the Family Essentials kit.
Yeah. And then I had to get on LRP because I wanted more, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can do so much with these few oils, like just to get people's minds open to the fact that I'm not sucking you in to like have to buy something. I'm just opening up a door, and look what you've got these 10 dozen things, and you're going to be able to do so much. You're like Dr. Mom now. I mean, it's so exciting. And and
basically we're empowering. I think the new thing now is like you're getting a box and a book, because that book they get is beautiful now. So like basically I say, I'm empowering you. Like I show them the book in the class now too. See, I do a little bit interweaving in my class. Like I'll say, like when I'm talking about aromatically, topically, internally, I say, and you get this beautiful new book now with doTERRA. If you don't have it, I just enrolled somebody for free, and then so I could get the book. And then I just ended up getting the book, but you can buy it for $35. And so I have the book, and I say, you get this beautiful book. It shows you, and I show them, hey, when you want to use peppermint, look it up. Here's what this means. And I say, you are going to be empowered. You're going to have the oils, and you're going to have this book. You're going to have my Facebook group, and the Modern Essentials app, and I empower them right there. you know. But I just go for those 3 kits. Every once in a while I have someone want to get the Aroma Touch kit because they just want to diffuse the oils, and they just pick that on their own. But because it's another 150 option, which I think is fine, but they want the diffuser. So I think that's cool. But I usually, to be honest, Home Essentials kit's probably the one that I do the most, and I just get people on loyalty rewards orders, but that's me.
Yeah, that's great.
What other questions about presenting, the opportunity, presenting, class, closing, opening?
So I have a question.
Yep.
How do you go about talking about the loyalty reward program in an intro class? Because sometimes I get people that really understand it, and then there's other times that I get people that they cannot even grasp the concept, and then it takes a whole life of its own and goes into way too much time that it shouldn't be. And so sometimes, like, I don't even really want to touch on the loyalty reward program because I'm afraid it's going to go into a rabbit hole.
Right.
So how do you guys go about doing that to keep it where it's, do you even mention it, or if you mention it, like what do you say?
Yes. So again, I try to weave that within my class. Like I'll say, like I'm talking about something and I say, you know, basically, well, I just basically, I do mention at the end, but like in the middle of the class, I say like, I just have traded out what I buy with doTERRA from what I used to buy at, you know, like shampoo and conditioner at the store, and now I buy it through doTERRA. So I do not talk a lot about it. Is it Stephanie? Yes, Stephanie. I basically say at the end of class, this is a part of my closing. I say, this is not a company that you have to purchase from every single month, because I want to reiterate that because people are worried. But I say, but if you do, we have a wonderful loyalty rewards program. It is amazing. It's like a frequent flyer program. I say when you order 50 PV more or more a month, you earn a percentage back. So I say for the first 3 months, you get 10% back. And then if you're ordering 50 PV or more, the next 3 months you get 15% back. And I say the next 3 months you get, and I go through the whole cycle, and I say, and after a year you get 30% back. So I say for me, I spend at least $100 a month. I get $30 back into my account for free oils or products every single month. Plus it's $3.99 to ship, because I do the cheap shipping, $3.99 to ship, and then I get $4 back into my account for free oils. I'm like, who does that? I say, so we have a great loyalty rewards program where you can get your products back for free if you so choose to do. And I say, and I help you with that after you set up your membership on your next call, on your next meeting with me, when I go over the overview. But you need to at least mention it. But I just say, for me, I just have traded out what I buy with doTERRA. I buy my laundry detergent, I buy my kids' probiotics, I buy everything, and I've traded it out, and it's a great loyalty program that we get things back. Does that help? But mention it. Make sure you mention it, and a good time to mention it is at the very end, at the close, when you're talking about the different options, and to say we do. You know, after you've gone through the different kits, and say, we do have the option, because I didn't do this to you when I did my closing, but I say we do have the option to, you know, we have a great loyalty rewards program. I just want to share that with you quickly. It's a way to get free products. So it's not I always say it's not a company you have to purchase from every month. And then I go into that little saying. But it is hard. It's a lot. It's a big mouthful, right? But you do have to mention it. But it just can be a minute, and just say, then don't worry about that all right now. We'll just get your oils, and then I have a call with you the next month, and I just help you with all that information. Good question. Really good question. What else? I know it's 9:04. I don't want to keep you all, but I'll take a few more questions.
Hey, this is Jen. I have a couple questions, and I'm going to try to go real fast because I know the meaning behind. So a couple things that I wanted to I have 2 share and then 1 question. So share success, where you got the natural solutions. There's a couple videos there. The one is the natural solutions class, and it's only 19 minutes long, and I listen to it on repeat on my way to classes. She does a really, really good job of taking that whole worksheet or tear sheet and simplifying it. I mean, there's no opportunities in in hers for like sharing the oils or whatever. So that kind of makes it a little longer, but her language is really good.
Great.
And then there's a second video under that where she talks about closing. And she actually is the one who has gotten me to share the diamond kit, because when you share the diamond kit first, the Natural Solutions kit looks like a really great deal.
I know. Okay. That's good. I like that. I like that feedback.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it.
So I really pump up that diamond kit, and then I say, and you know what? That price point's not for everyone, but look at the Natural Solutions kit. It's your mini diamond kit. And then they're like, oh, well, yeah. And then,
love that.
you know, with 200 free. So then my question was 200 for free this month with the New Year, New You. So I have a lot of people lately, especially when I do BOGOs, that want to join with a membership only. Like that's it. That's all they want to do. And I kind of equate it to like the person who decides they want to work out, so they go and get a gym membership, but then they never go to the gym, but they feel better because they got the membership. Like, I almost want to be like, you know what? Go ahead and let's hold off. Or Laura had said, just write me a check for $35. I'll hold on to it. And then when you decide that you're ready to place an order, contact me. I'll send you your check back and we'll get you your membership for free. So I haven't done that yet. That's just something her and I talked about this past weekend. But do you have anything to say to people who just want to do membership only? I almost feel like they're doing it to pacify the host, or because they want but they never use it. Anyone who's ever purchased with just a membership through me has never used it, not one time.
Yeah, I've never really had anyone do that. So
really?
It doesn't really make any sense to me. So I'll be like, well, I just rather have you get an oil, because you really want them to have an experience. So like, instead of just doing the $35 membership, let's get you like an oil or something, you know, like oil retail, and get an experience. I would never just sell a $35 membership unless like it was like a plan, like $35, and like the next month, you know, they had a payment thing, and the next month they were going to get something. But it doesn't make any sense to get the $35 membership. Try to talk them to use that $35 to get an oil that's going to give them like an experience.
That's a good point. And just have them purchase retail.
Yeah. And Jen, you're gonna make me do the diamond kit now. Thanks. Thanks for that. See, you guys.
I have sold more Natural Solutions kits since I've been doing that.
All right, I'm game on. I'm gonna try. I'm up for it. Makes me nervous, but I'll do it.
So, in the event that a BOGO were to come up soon, the BOGO is where I got everybody who just wanted memberships, because what we did was we had the group, and then at the end of the week when we settled up with them, we said, here's what it would be retail, here's what it would be wholesale if you chose the membership. So they ordered the membership. Instead of just getting a kit, they wanted just the membership so they could get their BOGO oils at wholesale.
Yeah. See, I didn't do that. I just made them like the day that I don't know. I just did the day that they wanted the oils. They had to do the $35 membership and get the BOGO oils. I didn't manage it that way, but I know a lot of people have done that.
So on their own account then, you just had them enroll that day?
Yeah, and get the BOGOs. But I know that wouldn't work if they want to do the BOGOs every single day and then you offered a free membership. Right. I didn't do that. I just basically said, that's not how I ran it, but I know that is a strategy. But if someone wanted the BOGOs orders and they wanted to kind of get a membership, I'm like, hey, enroll this day and get the BOGO, you know, get your kit and get the BOGOs, or get the BOGOs with it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I know that is a strategy, but yeah, so then it'd just be like kind of big, like the next month, kind of, they've got all their BOGO oils. So then it's like, you know, helping them really figure out what more they need. So you just got to really hit the live guide with them. Yeah. Like, hey, you got these, how's it going? Like, let's talk about your BOGO oils. Let's talk about how you're using them. Okay, what else do you think you want? You know, because you've got this membership. So I think if you're going to go with that strategy, you just got to hit the live guide really good with them the next month.
Yeah.
I know that worked for some people. If people want to enroll, I just have them enroll themselves.
Yeah, I think this next time around, I'm going to incentivize them to enroll with a kit and LRP, or at least LRP, like something.
Yeah.
Because they're just all sitting there. They just.
Yeah, so you got to think of another strategy to get them doing something, you know, maybe to get them to do a live membership overview with you, and they get a free something, or, you know, something to go with it.
Yep.
Definitely include those people when you're doing your texting blitz.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. They're on there every month.
Good.
All right, we'll take one more question, because I just love this. I'll take questions all night actually, but one more question. You got us now. Let's go. Let's hear it. What do you want to know?
So I don't have a question, but if somebody else does have a question, that's fine. Go ahead. I just wanted to hop on and tell you all, when it's time to do your text blitzing, just go for it. Pull every single person that you have in your contacts list, in your follow-ups. I'm sitting here like sweating and texting people that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just sent that text message to them and asked them to come to this class or to help me, reach silver this month. And it is phenomenal how many people are replying back saying, yes, I want to help you. I've been buying doTERRA oils, but I don't have an account. Let's do this. It has happened. I mean, I'm literally sitting here trying to go back and forth between this class and watch you all and listen to you all and then respond to all the text messages. I'm shocked.
Yay!
So, I'm just like, I can't believe I'm messaging the people that I'm messaging, and it's happening. So get out of your comfort zone. Go for no.
Yeah.
Because it may be no this time, but it may be yes the next time.
Right.
So I just want to encourage you all. Just do it. I am Debbie Bennett's mentor, so she couldn't be here tonight, and I wish she could have, because a lot of what you're all saying and teaching is phenomenal for her. But I'm just telling you all, just go for it. Just do it.
Thanks, Robin. Thank you. Yes, great. I love it. And yeah, go for no. I mean, they might say no. Oh, well, so what? Who cares? Move on, right? Or whatever that saying goes. But you have to go for it. If you don't ask, you'll never know. So Sherry, did you have something you wanted to say?
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you go about, like, if you're asking people to have a class, but they have no interest in the business. Mm-hmm. So the people that they've invited, do we enroll them under them and give the hostess a gift, or how do you do that?
Well, Noelle, you've been in longer than me, but I basically give the hostess a gift. If she really has no interest, like, no, I do not want to do this, I have no desire, I came up with a hostess gift that I give. It's been different at all different points in my business. Now it's a diffuser. It used to be a couple roller balls when I first started. Just kind of depends where you're at. And then I do 10% of whatever the PV of the party is, I give to the hostess in free oils. That's just kind of what I do. But I know a lot of people do different things. And then what I do try to do is if they're going to enroll and be a user, I enroll the people, but I do put them underneath them. That's just me, because what if later down the road they end up doing something and they're going to be more connected to them, and like, let's say their friends start ordering, like, and I just put them all underneath them. That's what I do. I don't know if Noelle, you have a different.
No, that's what I do. And I feel like because doTERRA gives us such a wonderful option, because you can place people under the people they're connected with, right? And they can reach elite just on that volume. Mm-hmm. But we can keep the enrollment so that we get the fast start, which is our compensation for working with those people as they're getting going. And also, if, for example, in my structure, someone on my front line doesn't build, they're not interested in building, right? Mm-hmm. They've been enrolled since I was enrolled and no interest, but they're elite. And that's fine. They're happy. The person underneath them, I own the enrollment, and they're my qualifier. Okay? So that's not for Power 3, but that's for, qualifying me for silver or gold. So that option is huge. It's huge, because that enables somebody to be a sharer, not a builder.
Right.
They're sharing and they're getting their oils paid for, right? Mm-hmm. So does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I've been confused because the difference between a sharer and a builder, it had me kind of confused. So that's the difference between the two, right?
That's how I view it. Does that make sense with what you do, Lisa?
Yeah, I just, and a lot of times people are sharers before they become builders. So
right.
if they're bringing people, I like to put them underneath them, and down the road, right. You never know what's going to happen. And so if something does come up down the road and one of the people underneath them ends up being like a huge builder, and they're wholesale customers. We can always upgrade them later in a situation or some sort. That's a beautiful thing that we have now with the wholesale customers. So yeah, everything can be fixed in doTERRA and changed down the road. So I just want to honor the host. But I do the enrollments, and I give them a little gift. So
well, the 10% is, and do you do the 10% even if they're not enrolled in doTERRA, or do you just do a hostess gift if they're not?
I do a hostess gift for, now this is me, like again, 4 years later, but I do a hostess gift for just having the event. And then I do 10% PV of whatever the party is. And one time I said 50%, because it really is 50% of what I earn, but people thought it was 50% of what the party was. So that was a big thing, because it was like a $2,000 party or something. And then, I'm just kidding, it was like $1,000 party. So she thought she was getting 500 PV of oils, but it was really only like 100 PV. So make sure you explain that to them too, that they'll just get a percentage back in free oils. I tell them. So.
Okay.
Well, awesome, everyone. It is 9:15, so I'm going to sign off, but I hope this was helpful for you. Was it helpful for you? Good. I wanted to get more of you chatting this week, and so I really appreciate you doing that. I will post the homework for the week, and then I will post the tech splits information of how we'll do that this week, too. Sure there'll be a prize for that as well. And the tech splits is not going to be for people getting to use the oils. It's going to be for you asking people to host class or to do business overviews. All right, we're stepping it up. All right. Good. Sorry you couldn't see me this week, but I got to see all your faces, so I know how Debbie felt the first week. But thanks for hopping on Super Bowl Sunday, and you're all doing great. You're here. It's week 3. All right, you're halfway through.
Keep it up, guys.
So keep it up, and thanks, everyone, and I'll post all the wonderful things to do this week in a little bit here, okay?
Okay.